Hello, how are you? I am amazing. How do you break a bad habit? First, we need to talk about what habits are. Habits are patterns that are created by repeated doing, like doing things on a repeated basis. That is how habits are formed. Now, when we talk about bad habits are created through childhood experiences as a result of abuse. It can also be from peer pressure, limitations, environments, and circumstances sometimes beyond our control. Those are how bad habits are formed. The singular goal of a bad habit is to suppress situations, stressful situations, and give us an illusion that everything is okay. That is what bad habits do. They create an illusion. Now, if you're going to have to break out of a bad habit, you need to look for an alternative. You need to look for an alternative. First, you need to accept that you have a bad habit. Because if you don't accept it, how will you know what you're trying to fight or what you're trying to deal with? If you want to break a bad habit, you need to accept that you have a bad habit. And then look for an alternative that you know can replace that habit. Bad habits are one of the hardest things to break. And it will take determination. It will take courage. It will take self-motivation. And sometimes if you find it difficult to motivate yourself, it's not bad if you have someone that you can be accountable to when it comes to breaking your habits. There are some people who will really help you achieve those goals, especially when they see that you mean what you say, that you want to break a habit. So they will come through for you. You need to accept that you have a bad habit and make a conscious effort to work towards fixing it. For example, let me say, one of our common habits could be, one of the common bad habits that we have might be, say, drinking, smoking, gossip, confirmation chicken. Now, if you have any of these habits, there are a lot more. This is just using it as a case, a reference case. For example, if you have a habit of drinking helps people have the illusion of escaping their problems. Smokers tend to smoke in stressful situations, anxious situations, or when they are lost in thoughts. And gossip is someone who cannot face who they are, and the only way they can take the attention off of them is to talk, even when it's not necessary. So these are just examples. Now, if you want to break a bad habit of, say, drinking, you could do other things, right? You could find a replacement for drinking. Say you're the type that is addicted to whiskey, alcohol in general, and you know the side effects of being addicted to alcohol, right? It's never enough. The moment your eyes clear, you are going back to the bottle. Now, if you want to break that pattern, you may have to look for an alternative. And the most healthy alternative is water. When you feel like drinking, drink water. When you feel like, if you say, okay, water is too plain, you can do tea. You can do coffee if that's your thing. You can do something else, a soft drink, or something milder. And for every milestone you achieve in trying to break a pattern, reward yourself. Because when you reward yourself, you feel that motivation to keep going. Breaking a bad habit isn't easy. So if you're the type that tends to, maybe when you start, you lose mojo and the motivation fizzles out, don't beat yourself up. You can start again. The bottom line is you have identified your demons and you're ready to fight them. Because bad habits are personal demons that we need to identify so that we can break. Wanting to break it is a first step of liberation. So, let me know what you think. How do you break a bad habit? Thank you so much for stopping by. It was great having you here. And if you're not following, please subscribe. Like this content. It motivates us to put up more if you just subscribe and like this content. And share with me, how do you break a bad habit? Share with us. I'm sure someone will learn from your experiences, because it's not easy to break a bad habit. And those who have done it, we would like to hear your stories. So.